On June 16th, 2024, Father's Day, my dad texted me at 11:50 a.m. to tell me he was on his way to my house for brunch. And by 12 p.m., I received a call with devastating news reminiscent of a horror movie. I was informed that a person jumped off the Leaside Bridge and landed on the car my dad was in, and that he was currently in critical condition. The jumper died instantly. My father tragically passed away in the hospital after undergoing invasive, complicated surgery 2 days later. How could this happen? How could drivers and passengers traveling 100 kilometers an hour on the Don Valley Parkway, a busy highway, be exposed to this kind of danger? I was shocked, devastated, angry, and my heart felt like it was going to explode. Sorry. I felt sick, and to this day, I continue to grieve my father, my loving dad who deserves so many more years of life. I am heartbroken, and I know he would want us to make sure that this doesn't happen to anyone else. We are asking that the building of barriers on this bridge be prioritized. We don't want this to happen to anyone else, and we have a mental health crisis in this country that can't be ignored.
Before 2003, an average of 9 people per year tragically took their own lives by jumping off the Bloor Viaduct. This means that since that bridge's construction in 1918, there had been over 500 suicide-related deaths. In response to this heartbreaking loss of life, the city took action. In 2003, the city constructed the Bloor Viaduct suicide barrier, known as the Veil. And according to the data from the National Library of Medicine, Sunnybrook Hospital, the Toronto Star, and the Globe and Mail, there's only been 1 suicide-related death on that bridge since the Veil was built in 2003. 1. That's a stark contrast to the staggering loss of life before its installation. The evidence is clear. Barriers work. The city knew this when they made the decision to install the Veil on the Bloor Viaduct. It's not a matter of debate, it's a matter of public record. A simple Google search will tell you that these measures save lives. Now, it's been over 2 decades since the Bloor Veil was put in place. And in that time, there have been 20 years worth of preventable deaths from bridge-related suicides across our city. Deaths that could have been stopped by the installation of a barrier on the Leaside Bridge. My father was one of those innocent victims. He didn't jump, nor was he involved in any way of the tragedy that unfolded. He was just simply driving his car, or was in a car that was driving on the highway to celebrate Father's Day when his life was taken by this man who landed on him. This could have been any one of us in this room's family. Any single one of you could have had a family member or themselves been driving when this happened. My understanding is that the city has been in discussion for over a decade to put a barrier up on the Leaside Bridge, but for some reason, this seems to be neglected. I'd like the city to explain why they felt that this was of no importance and not a necessity. Had the city shown some care and commitment to preventing these needless tragedies on the Leaside Bridge, as they did the Bloor Viaduct 2 decades ago, my father and others like him would still be alive and here with us today. Thank you.